ma'am, would you mind telling people who you are, what it is that you do, and what's the significance of today, October 24th?
Okay, my name is Sabea. I'm from Zambia. Zambia is an African country located in the southern part of Africa. It's a landlocked country. And today, the 24th of October, it is Zambia's Independence Day. And
oh, really?
yes.
Now, when did this happen? What year? Yeah.
Oh, well, Zambia's turned 53 years of, we say 53 years old, means we got independent in 1964.
Wow.
From the British colonial rule. So it's been 53 years of independence and self-governance, 53 years of freedom, so to say. But then, you know, what is freedom really? Because you could say you are free from colonial masters' rule, but then you are not free from, you know, your own people's kind of governance in terms of, you know, there's certain things that happen in the country. But I don't want to delve into that yet.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to talk a little bit more about myself. My name is Sabea Anderson. I live in Zambia. I'm visiting Houston currently. I just became a mom about 2 months ago. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, so my son Jason was born here during the hurricane. So yeah, that was quite an experience.
What's his birthday?
It's 31st August 2017.
Okay, so he's a Virgo.
Yes, he's a Virgo.
Wow.
What do you know about Virgos?
Yeah, I know a little bit about Virgos. My last two exes, they were Virgos.
Oh, okay.
So one of them, she lived in North Carolina.
Even though, hi, Jason.
And it seems like we always come back in each other's lives, for real, for real. We've been knowing each other about 8 years now.
Oh, really?
Right.
So what's a Virgo's characteristics like?
Very analytical.
Oh, really?
Very analytical. They like to be chased. See, right. They want to be the prize. They want you always to try to do something to kind of get after them.
Okay. I see the liking to be chased aspect in my son because already I tend to look at him as my king because he's like demanding. He's like, I want my pacifier now and I want it now. I'm like, yes, Your Highness.
Right.
I'll be right there. Whatever you say. So I'm learning him, getting to know him because you know he's a new person in my life. But
it's your first child?
My first, yes.
Oh wow.
And he has his own personality, and so it's like meeting somebody new. Yeah, he's my son. So I'm like, oh wow, this is how it is to actually be a mom to somebody. It's really a different individual, a different entity.
Okay.
So yes,
okay.
I'm a mom now.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That's good.
And back in Zambia, I'm involved in politics. I ran for office last year, 2016. I ran for office in the office of a councillor. That's the first level of governance in Zambia. And we have the councillor, we have the mayor, then we have the members of parliament, and then we have the president at the top of the pyramid.
Gotcha.
And so I ran for office as a councillor. I didn't go through, but it was just good to have the experience.
Absolutely.
You know, so that was something awesome to be a part of. Apart from that, I'm in law school, which is something I've put on hold, but I am a student with the University of Zambia. Yes.
Oh wow. What type of lawyer are we talking about?
Well, at the moment, I haven't looked at specializing in anything because my interest really is in politics. So I'm looking at learning the law so that I can represent the people that I represent when I'm voted into office. So pretty much I'm looking at every aspect, you know, like especially family law. I'm more interested in the family. That's, you know, where my interest lies really. Yeah, just making sure that we maintain the family and, you know, the child rights, you know, aspects of human rights as well. Yes. So those are my core interests. Because we're talking about representation, I'm interested in human rights in terms of, you know, people having food on their table, they have shelter, good shelter, they have adequate education. those aspects that are essential to our survival and our livelihood.
And Sabea, once you start practicing law, I really wish that you would watch the outsiders who come to Zambia or even other African countries really and want to adopt children. Because it's a big deal with human trafficking, and it really gets so far. You ever heard the term organ harvesting?
Yes,
right.
Yes, I have, yeah.
So a lot of stuff happens in countries where we live at by people who have no interest in, like for example, when the Haitian earthquake happened in 2010, a lot of Europeans went down there to adopt the children because they were taken to a better place, and nobody knew whatever happened. But even back in Africa, the president of Chad actually had imprisoned some French missionary workers, like volunteer workers, a few years ago, because he said that that's one thing they were doing. He said one, they was running pedophilia rings or pedophile rings, like child rings, and then two, they was organ harvesting. Right.
Well, I mean, that happens. I remember there was an incident some time back in my country, Zambia, where, there were cases of homicide, and that the victims were found with organs missing, especially like if it was women, you find that they don't have their breasts, the breasts were missing, and men, there was one point it was just men that were being murdered, and they don't find that their private parts are missing.
Right.
And so really, when you talk about organ harvesting, depending on what the purpose is for, some people want to use that for rituals, and they believe that they can use that for certain rituals to get rich and stuff like that. But it was happening internally. It wasn't even something international. It was within the country, and so there was an outcry saying who is doing this, because people became really scared. They were afraid to move, go anywhere, because you just never know who you might run into or what will happen to you at that particular time.
At that point, you're saying black people are harvesting other black people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, is that historically true with Zambia? Has that been going on throughout history? Or is it more of a recent thing?
No, it was more of a recent thing. It was more of a shock, actually. We were culturally shocked. Like, who does that? The thing is that...
you know what, sister, to be honest with you, see, even though it may have some black people who kind of participate with it, I don't think it was just us. See, right, I think there was some Europeans behind it at some point in time. They have really very weak DNA. So they need our kidneys, they need our liver, they need our private parts, they need stuff like that. Especially if you're a millionaire or a billionaire, and see in this country you got to get on a waiting list. You don't pay no VIP ticket to get to the front of the list. So what do you do? As rich as you are, do you wait for everybody else? Or do you go to a quote-unquote third world country, pay somebody to do some things and get what you need? You so rich, why should you have to wait in your money?
Wow, that really depends on, excuse me, it depends on, what aspect you're looking at, from what angle you're looking at this situation. I wouldn't want to be in a situation and say, it was the white man that saved the people to do what they did in Zambia, because to date, we don't really know who was behind that.
Correct.
So I wouldn't insinuate who did it. But all I can say is that it was inhuman. You just don't go around killing people for their body parts so that you can enrich yourself, whether you're black or white, whether you want it for money. Each and every life is important.
It is, but everybody don't see it like that. See, in this country, if you look at statistics, it's a steady number of black people that come up missing every year. It's like 50,000. And it never goes down. It's always going up. And they don't do a lot of news stories behind that stuff. 1, 2, it's usually dark-skinned people. Because dark-skinned got more melanin in it. I'm light-skinned, so I'm the reject. So it's usually a lot of dark-skinned people, and like they always telling the sisters over here to get the hysterectomy, right? You know what a hysterectomy is?
Tell me about it.
Okay, hysterectomy is when a woman has a surgery to remove her women
Oh,
parts.
it's like a vasectomy on the other side.
Correct.
The opposite side of
right.
Yeah. Yes, yes, okay.
So on the flip side, now you got these white women that's like 60 years old. Now they having children all of a sudden. But they never was having children before. You know, in this country, you can't even keep your placenta. You know how much trouble they give you to keep your placenta? When you giving birth? They try to give you a line of trouble. They tell you how much of a safety risk it is, how unsanitary it is, everything. But they got companies out there that buy placenta and make cosmetic products with it. So that's just a part of it. They actually have a book called Medical Apartheid that talks about how black women have been used for experimentation, non-consensual. Like we haven't consented, we ain't signed nothing. Nothing been told to us or disclosed to us, and people still use us just like we don't even exist, like we don't have no rights. And that is an inhuman thing. That's not human. You know, that was a bust in Chicago in 2015 when the FBI busted an organ harvesting ring up there between Detroit, Chicago, and other parts of the country. That's on YouTube, actually, by the way. I want to make sure. Because now I can get a live reaction out of you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I really want. If I get, yes. Let me see. You're not nothing too crazy, though. You know what I'm saying? Not nothing too crazy. Because, okay, so.
No, if it's anything with blood, I don't want to see it.
No. This is on the news. This is on the news.
Deal that deals in body parts shipping from Detroit to Chicago as the feds launch a raid.
And once again, hundreds of families will be left wondering if the bodies of loved ones have been bought and sold on the black market.
7 Action News investigator Jim Kirshner is here tonight with the story. You'll see home. So Jim, Stephen and Carolyn, this case started here, according to sources, when a man named Arthur Rathburn was shipping human body parts through Metro Airport. Get this, the box needs blood.
Absolutely.
Cargo haulers then called for help. Why were you stockpiling hundreds of human body parts here, sir? That's our Rathburn. And remember his business 13 months ago? For 2 days, federal investigators dressed in hazmat suits removed body parts of 1,000 different people. Arms, legs, heads cut up, kept on ice, not involved.
This is 14. They had another one 2015 in Chicago.
Today, the rundown warehouse on Detroit's east side is shuttered and up for sale. Sources say Rathburn's and Sam's partners led them to the Chicago area today. This is called Biological Resource Area in Rosemont. It's difficult to see from the outside. Sources say the hazmat suits and raid are underway on the 6th floor of this office building. The same paper trail suggesting there's the Biological Resource
So
Center.
I want to say, if they doing it over here with all the laws over there, imagine what they doing, you know.
There are also ties to similar businesses in
Whose
Las
corpses
Vegas.
are they?
Since these deal directly with the public, families were left without answers. Julie donated her husband's Steve's body and was promised his
They
cremated
gonna show
remains.
some
Oh,
Caucasian.
they also,
They
it's also
just
families that sell their dead relatives there.
It ain't just them.
What do you say to all those families who had no idea their loved ones were in here? Michigan pulled the Rathburn's license last year after a reporting, even though they were told
So
about
this
it.
is not even murder, it's just a business where families sell bodies to us.
But some people might sell it, but then he actually meant, he said, what about the people who didn't know?
Are you worried about going to prison? Now, no one has been charged by the feds yet. They're actually
You say it's not murder, but they in the kind of business where they can hide evidence and stuff. So who knows?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, listen,
It's very possible that, the body can be in a mob and somebody just goes and cuts off some kind of parts.
yeah, it takes a certain type of person to think of stuff like that, for real, for real. Yeah, that's not really our style. We really don't do that. You know, if anything, we might argue over the last piece of chicken or something. But for real, we're not really, that's not us. All this stuff is being introduced to us, for sure. Through TV, through music, through swerving sometimes.
But why are we always on the receiving end?
This is why. Because we're so forgiving.
Why is it that we are always the ones that are being given, and we're receiving, and then blaming the other person for giving?
This is why. See? Because we too forgiving. That's why. See, imagine where we come from. We come from a place where you don't run out of food. You don't run out of water. Even though they've had TV shows, or they show somebody over here starving or whatever, that'd be one little village, and then everywhere around them, everybody got farms and stuff. But they got to show this one little village to make people over here feel sorry for them. Not the Africans, but the white people over there, to make us feel sorry for the Africans. And then we send money to them. And then they say, okay, y'all, go clean up now. They wipe their face off and go back to playing or something. So it's a little sketch game. But what I'm saying is this. Where the Europeans come from, they got nothing but ice and snow. Ain't nothing growing up there. You don't have chocolate in Germany. What is German chocolate? Is it a cocoa tree up there or something? Tell me that much. Ain't no such thing. See, they take everything and repossess it like it's theirs. And so they always fight.
Huh? There's a lot of cocoa in Ghana.
Oh, right. You can't start processing stuff over in Africa because if you do, you start to empower the people over there. So whether it's diamonds, you'll process diamonds when you get it from, you process it somewhere else. I think you might go and get an idea and say, hey, they chopping people's hands off, whatever, for getting a little speck of diamond in their hands. Like, hold on, man.
Blood diamonds.
Really. You know what I'm saying? So what that says is, it's like they come from a place where they got to fight all the time. We don't come from that kind of place. And people fight, you know what I'm saying? They punch each other in the nose and go home. Over there? Oh no. See? Yeah, you see?
Yeah, but the way the situation is right now in Africa, it's actually a situation where
I can believe that.
there's a huge gap between the leaders, the politicians, and the masses.
Of course, but
Such that the masses feel like the politicians are treating the masses like the white man treated the Africans.
right, you see? But all those situations are still artificial. In other words, you look who's getting the power over there. Whoever gets the power, usually they got the backing from NATO, or backing from the UN, or backing from the United States, or backing from some United States corporation. So they kind of got the military on their side. Even if it's a foreign military. So it's really like it's a puppet government.
It's still like a neo-colonialism.
It's a neo-colonialism.
Yeah.
It just, you put a black face on it, whatever, so you can't say, hey, it's a white man doing it. You see, it's a black man doing it. Okay. But his choice, it's almost like not having a choice. Because if he chooses not to do what they say, he's going to go ahead and get killed. Or he got to go back to abject poverty or whatever he come from. And he like, shit. So human, we want to have what we're supposed to have. You want to have what you have for your baby. You want to have what we have for our loved ones and everything. So it's not even really a choice. Because they close everything. You see, if everything was equal, it'd be a whole other thing because we're more self-determined. They don't want us to be equal. That's why you got to go to these countries and take over their oil refineries. You got to take over the diamond mines. You got to take over the gold. Because if you didn't, we wouldn't have no reason to listen to them. We wouldn't have no reason. So they keep us on a string. Then they give us these loans. You know about the loans, right? The loans that there's too much to pay over time.
Yeah.
They come back and take the risk. I think we talked before about the natural
So
resources.
it's about debt, and a lot of African countries are in huge debt. They're owing. There's a lady. Her name is Dambiso Moyo. She's Zambian. I don't know if you've heard about her.
Say her name again?
Dambiso Moyo.
Okay.
She calls it debt aid. Like the money that comes from the European countries to aid not just Zambia, but African countries, is debt aid because she believes that she wrote a book called Debt Aid. You can look it up. And in the book, she talks about how they are not helping us by funding.
The money don't even go into your hands.
No, they're actually making us more dependent on them.
Correct.
Instead of us being independent, we're dependent because that aid is not really helping, it's debt aid.
Right.
So pretty much her point is stop funding Africa. Is let Africa be truly independent. Because I mean that's another way of controlling what goes on. To say, oh, okay, if this government does not do what we want it to do, then we're not going to give it the money for, what maybe a health.
That's kind of like Africa might do that. At one point in time, how many people live in Zambia?
Currently, there's like 15 million.
15?
Yeah, 15.
Okay.
1.5.
Okay. So if it's 15 million Zambians over there, and y'all get money from the UN or Great Britain, whatever, whoever the president is, they pretty much going to say, you know what, we don't want no more money. His advisor will be like, sir, if we don't take no more money, we're not going to have enough food for everybody. So that means out of 15 million, 8 million people going to die. You see, over a 30-year time. He's going to have to make a decision and say, you know what, we're going to pray for the 8 million, but we ain't going to be enslaved no more. Because the same thing, China did the same thing. They called it a great leap forward, or some people call it a great sacrifice. With millions and more, hundreds of millions of Chinese died, for them to make sure they were independent. Because, Great Britain used to try to invade them all the time with their heroin. Yeah, they had something called the Mud Wars. They always were trying to get their poppy seeds and so on and so forth. From that. They say, nah, from that and then give it back to them and keep the people on drugs. Because people weren't using no drugs at first. But they had a zero tolerance policy. They said, if you're on drugs, that's it. You got to kill you. Because it wastes too much time. At that point, it wastes too much time. Okay? Matter of fact, you know what? In one of these, I want to show you something. If I got it. I might not have it. In one of these, I was actually talking about the IMF. I got an online version too, right? And I try to come up with, it's not just advertising, but mainly advertising, but that's why we're about to switch the whole model. No, it's not this one. Because we still want to get a message out regardless. But the advertising pay for it to get printed up, right? You know what? That's not, it's another one. It's totally another one. But anyway, so I talk about the IMF because that's something that we really don't talk about just enough as even Black Americans. I think that's somewhat of a stumbling block because I think, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but then you probably meet a lot of African Americans who are not even concerned with having international. So that's kind of like, like we don't even, we're not even aware.
Well,
what do you think?
That Americans are not aware?
A lot of African Americans are not aware of what goes on the international political scene in Africa.
Yeah, well, some people aren't. Some African Americans aren't because they don't take an interest. They're pretty much developed up this mind of theirs in America, and maybe they didn't even think like that way they have been programmed to think. Like there's nothing good that can come out of Africa. Africa is just one big village that is full of liars, and it's really actually appalling to discover in this day and age, 2017, that a person may think that we don't even have TV in Africa.
Wow.
How do you communicate? How do you communicate? And it's a global village. We say global. Africa is inclusive. We have internet, we have television, we have electricity. Excuse me. It's just unfortunate that the media, and it's a song that everybody has sung, has always portrayed the dark Africa, the bad Africa, the Africa that is full of disease, poverty, violence, the Africa that is corrupt. Yes, those aspects do exist, but we have a lot of good in Africa. Our culture is rich. People are loving. We are so, because Africans are a collectivist society, because we believe in family and unity. we don't just look at the individual, but we look at the greater good. The individual's interests are not above the collective people's interests. So it's the people first, then the individual second. And like here in the West, it's like, it's about me, myself, and I. Even when you have, my observation is when I've had conversations with people, I know people have to talk about themselves. People are talking about themselves throughout the whole time. And then I've forgotten to even ask anything about me, and I'm like listening to this person, and all they have really talked about is themselves, and it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I